Hi guys, it's Greg from Mystery Honey. I thought I'd do a little video at the end of the season just to catch you up with everything that's gone on this year. It's been a bit of a rough one for me, to be honest. I had a lot of plans. I had plans to do a lot of queen rearing this year, selling a lot more nukes. So I mostly sell honey jars. That's how my business makes its money. I was hoping to sort of push into the nuke building and nuke sales. I only usually sell about 5 nukes a year, but I was hoping to up that to 20, 30. So that would be like a big boost to the business. So I had those plans. I also planned to sell a lot of queens, produce a lot of queens. Unfortunately, if you've been watching the videos, you'll know what happened. Some hives of mine got hit with the spate or chronic bee paralysis virus. I've already done a video about that, how I figured it out, etc. But that put me on my back heel. It really knocked me for 6. So I have been trying my best to do what I can to get those hives healthy again. Unfortunately, the majority of those hives died. Only one colony survived that spate of chronic bee paralysis virus, and that was Hive Laura, which has always been the best of my hives. For some reason, she survived, and she's stronger than ever. So hopefully she'll get through winter, and I can start producing queens off her again, because she's just incredible. I also had a scare with European foul brood as well, and that was at this apiary here, my queen rearing apiary. So with that fear and that scare, I just did not do any queen rearing this year. I was just focusing on my hygiene, focusing on the hygiene of all the hives that I have as well. And I didn't really pay that much attention to my honey crop or anything like that. I was just trying to prevent swarms, trying to make sure that all the hives were nice and clean. I melted so many frames, so pretty much all of my frames have been melted down now, and I'm all on fresh frames, to the exception of a few hives now. Yeah, so this year it really set me back a lot. Now, I'm on the lowest capacity I've ever had before, so I'm on about, I think I'm on 26 hives. I've not had that lower hive count since second year beekeeper, you know, so it's very strange to have so few hives, but it's fine. I wanted to cut down anyway. It's going to be a busy year for me next year. A lot is changed in my life next year, so it's good that I've got a reduced number of hives, because it means there's less to worry about. I can do more good in the half a day that I get with fewer hives than if I have too many hives and I can't inspect them all. So hopefully next year will be a good one. A bonus of this year is that I've got the biggest honey crop than I've ever managed before, on reduced amount of hives as well. I've no idea why this is the case, because so many of my bee farmer friends have had issues with getting honey crops this year, especially down south. I think it's because it was so hot that it was drying out the ground and there was just not enough nectar for the bees. But here, for some reason, I don't know if it's because of the woods and the trees soaking up all the water and keeping the water in the ground, or this year the government did this weird grant thing where if you have land and you dedicated so many acres of it to wildflowers, they were giving you money for it. They were giving, so it was actually really good for wildlife this year. Fortunately for me, a lot of the fields around the area, that's what they were focusing on. So I don't know if it's because I had so many wildflowers around me, like the lavender farm over there, they had a sunflower maze going on, and it was just acres and acres of sunflowers. It was stunning. But intermixed with them were lots of other wildflowers as well. So there was a lot of crops nearby. I think this year my bees did a really good job of collecting that nectar and pollen, and they just did a fantastic job. And the honey tastes amazing this year. I'm really sad that I have reduced numbers, because I just want more and more of it. It's brilliant. It's fantastic honey. It really is. But yeah, so this year I've done really well honey-wise, even though I've done terribly when it's been making nukes and stuff like that up as well. This year I'm also only taking 3 nukes into winter. Generally, the rule is if you want to make sure that you're pretty secure, you take the amount of colonies you've got, split it in half, and then make that many nukes. So say if you've got 60 hives, you cut it in half. So you want to make 30 nukes, because then it covers you for winter losses. And any nukes that you have at the end of it, you can sell them off in spring and make a bit of money as well. So that's generally how the rule goes when you're a bee farmer. You look at half the colonies and you make nukes to that number to go into winter. I've got about 20 odd hives and I've only got 3, so this could really mess me up going into spring next year, but we'll have to see. The reason for that, by the way, is because colonies overwinter in nukes much easier than they do in hives for some reason. I think it's because it's small, confined, and bees are vertical creatures. So if you think about a tree trunk, it's very vertical. So bees make their homes in verticals. So when you've got a nuke box, they're quite narrow, but usually they're quite tall, especially if you're using 2 boxes. So it's quite good in that sense. So nukes are a lot more secure to come through winter than hives are. So that's why you do that. And usually you have a younger queen, and there's also other factors as well, but nuke boxes are just generally more safe than colonies in hives. I've really fallen behind on making videos. I changed my focus from YouTube to TikTok videos instead, and I was sharing those TikTok videos on Facebook and Instagram as well. So this year, that's what I've been focusing on mainly, just because it's much easier to do a TikTok video, which is like maybe 5-10 minutes of filming, tiny bit of editing, send, compared to YouTube, where I need to go onto my computer or I need to spend a lot of time looking at my phone like that. So I've moved away from YouTube videos this year just because I was so busy, I was so fraught on with everything going on that I just did not have the time to edit those videos. I've got a stack of videos that I need to edit still, and hopefully over winter I'll be able to catch up as I did earlier this year when I was trying to catch up again, but we'll have to see. I'll try my best to get them done anyway, but I don't know what I'm going to do next year. I think next year I might try and just do TikTok style videos again. We'll have to see. So the TikTok style videos weren't received particularly well on TikTok, and they weren't particularly received well on YouTube either. I got a few 100 views and stuff like that, but they received really, really well on Facebook and Instagram. So I don't know, I think I need to figure out what I want to focus on social media wise, because I just don't have the time to focus on all of them at the same time. Yeah, but if you've got any ideas, please let me know. So next year I'm going to try and get over this lump that was chronic bee paralysis virus. The disease is gone now. The hives that are going into winter, almost all of them are big and healthy. I've done some varroa treatments with Formic Pro and oxalic acid, and they are, I'd say, they're pretty varroa'd out. There's no varroa in them, or there's very few. So I think they're ready and raring to go into winter. They've all been fed up as well. So all of them now, when I'm hefting, I can't lift them. So they're all really, really good. I think there's like 2 that I'm a bit concerned about, but it happens, unfortunately. It's just nature. The next year, I'm hoping to do what I wanted to do this year. So I'm going to try and focus on selling nukes this next year coming, and raising queens. So I'll probably be doing some videos on queen rearing, and how it's gone for me, and how to do it yourself, and how to do the sales, etc. So we'll learn and do that journey together next year. But other than that, I'm just going to take it easy and just play it safe, because after a year like this year, I just don't want to mess around and get in the stress that I was again. Anyway, I thought I'd just give you a quick summary of the year, and I hope you guys had an amazing year yourself. I hope that your bees flourished, and I hope that you got massive honey crops like I did, and I hope that they're really big and strong coming into winter. Hope to see you guys next year. Thank you so much for just paying attention to this little fool. It really does mean the world to me. I'd love it if you hit the like button, or if you want to see more videos like this or see what happens in the future, please hit subscribe. But more than anything, I hope you guys have an amazing day. See you guys later. Bye bye.